In coming up with this, we started looking at the market, looking at what I could put together for my house, and said, well, what can work that's relatively easy to install? When you look at communication, especially as the digital's coming at us, people think, well, I got a cable behind my TV, and I want a phone over here, and I want a network hookup over there. Except in the digital world, are we really talking about a cable hookup, a phone hookup, or a network hookup? Because you got movies streaming in on your network. You got a cable behind your TV, but for your pay-per-view billing option, you need a phone jack back there and dial out. Now you're seeing Netflix, Blockbuster, the Xbox, the PS3s, and all those. They're all set up to hook directly to your TV. You got all kinds of TV hookups on the back of them. But they don't have a cable input. They have a RJ45 data jack. How many people have a data jack behind their TV? Very few. All of a sudden, the world has changed, but your house hasn't. So as people are building houses, and they're still building like they used to, putting a cable over here, a phone over there, and a network over there, and that's a problem. A lot of the systems that are out there, they say they got a system, you end up with a bucket of parts. And the way to easily install it is to hire their certified installer and put it in. And certified installers is another sub of the job, which is what builders don't want to see. They can sell a product to an electrician. Electricians want to get in, get out, get paid. And if a builder says to do, they always know they got his business. They don't do anything if they don't have to. Builders, they don't want to know anything. I mean, if a customer's asking for a product, they'll put it in. Other than that, for building a house. The problem is, how do you get customers generally buy one house? How often do people buy houses? So if you're trying to sell that market, you've got to have some big, deep pockets for a big mass market. We didn't have that. We're little guys. We started building, we got a lot of trade homes, a lot of builders saying, hey, give it to us first, free, and you put it in there, nothing happens. They're not going to promote it necessarily unless you really do. So you look for a way to innovate or way to work. We then found a thing called factory housing. Factory housing, give me all the trailers, I'm a happy guy. In factory housing, a lot of people don't realize your garden tubs, mini blinds, wireless doorbells, all started in factory housing. It's really a fascinating market. This is mobile and entrepreneurs. And we started working toward that. We met with a company called Oakwood, this got it back in the 90s. And they said, well, this is a neat product, interesting product, but you're not big enough, you don't have distribution, why would we want to do that? And we're thinking realistically, we couldn't, because if that purchasing director said, fine, we're going to put it in all of our plants tomorrow, no way do we have a way to distribute to them. So we said, how can we do that? Find a distributor. We hooked up with one of the top 3 distributors in the country, and we said, here's a product that could work at that. And by doing that, we're now growing the last 2 years now. We've been through a lot of ripples, reinvented ourselves a few times. I'll show you a little bit of the product in a minute. The last 2 years, last year, the housing is not doing well. Last year, the market went down over 20% in factory housing nationwide. Our sales went up over 50%. Now, that's not a bad thing, except increasing sales costs money too. One thing we did as a company, we set aside a series of stock that we could sell when we saw the bump, because we knew that when you do rapidly increase your sales in manufacturing, you got to buy the material up front to cover higher sales later with the shorter dollars you just bought, but you buy that, but you also got to finance your own debt and all the places you're not being to pay ball, you're driving an elephant. And in manufacturing, you just can't buy a few items, especially in today's market. We try to stay domestic where we can. Little bitty guys in Newport Arena. Our faceplates, we own the mold for that. We get it shot in Charlotte, nice engineering farm in Charlotte, and we want to control the faceplate because you don't want 100,000 plates sitting in the water from China somewhere, and then they're all just a little bit off color, or a little bit misshapen. Then you got a problem. Faceplates are signature. Now the circuit boards on the other case, we have 2 different styles. Circuit boards will actually the clearing styles, we have the bigger ones for the box. Circuit boards, however, we tried to, when we innovated to the circuit board, this is 2 years ago, we changed the circuit board design. Went to that circuit board, we knew functionally what we wanted. We knew that we wanted to do 2 phone jacks, a network jack, we knew how it had to be wired, we knew how we wanted to plug onto it. We didn't have an engineering department. We didn't have the dollars to design and layer out a circuit board. So I sent out a bid out to anybody I could hit, saying that I wanted, functionally, it needed to be not bigger than this by this, it needed to have this on this side, this on that side. And I didn't care how you made the circuit board as long as it's pinned out a particular way.